Hey, what's on, guys? So welcome to my review of Boruto Naruto The Next Generation Manga Chapter 1. So I barely ever covered the original Naruto manga series, so I thought I'd give this series a try since it just started. Now the Boruto one-shot manga will be a monthly chapter release, and it will be about 50 to 60 pages each chapter. So the Boruto manga takes place after the Boruto Naruto the movie and after the original Naruto manga. From what I've seen, this chapter has been getting a lot of mixed reviews and responses just because of the general content of this chapter. So we're going to start off with the first page and move our way up from there. So the first page, just right off the first page, we just get right into it. We're thrown right into the middle of this story, and from the images we've seen, we get a good look at older Boruto holding a sword, and he's dressed like Sasuke, which truly tells us how much he's inspired and how much he idolized Sasuke. And he's also got one eye closed with that scratch, like his eyes cut, like it's like Kakashi's eye. And in the background we have a destroyed hidden leaf village, and it's like, whoa, like what happened here? This is what automatically grabs our attention. And on the left we have this guy named Kawaki, and he just looks like a total badass. I love this character design. On his arm he's got this like some kind of curse mark, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm guessing it's a curse mark. But from that I can understand that Kawaki is probably a creation of Orochimaru, and he was given the curse mark. This looks very different from what we've seen in the past. This could probably be a more upgraded, more enhanced, perfected version of the curse mark with no backfire on the host, and which kind of gets me thinking, like, what kind of new abilities does this thing have? The one line we hear him say is like, "I'll take you to the 7th now." So all of this, just like this first page already just creates all these questions, like, who's this Kawaki guy? What happened to Boruto's eye? What happened to the Leaf Village? And where's Naruto? Where's Sasuke? And all these other questions. And just the first few pages just build up so much hype for what's to come. Now for the rest of the chapter. This is what's getting a lot of mixed responses. The rest of the chapter starts off with Boruto telling us about, Naruto's story and him becoming Hokage. And then he tells us that this is not his story. His story is completely different. And then pretty much everything after that is just the Boruto Naruto the movie in manga form. Now for people that have seen the movie like me, this will be a little bit of a disappointment because technically there's only about actually 5 pages of actual new content out of the 60 pages of this chapter. For people that have seen the movie, then this is a good way to start off the manga. I'll give you a nice history of Boruto and his character, and a little bit of his character development, and just his overall history. Even though I'm not a fan of how they're going through this with the chapter, I do like the underlying concept behind it. What I mean by that is that they're doing this pretty much the same as Dragon Ball Super and the anime did, with the whole spanning a movie over the course of multiple episodes. In this case it's spanning the entire movie over the case of multiple manga chapters. I like this concept, but I'd hate for this to drag out over several chapters, over the next 3 or 4 chapters, because the first chapter only covered about, I want to say, a quarter, maybe even less than a quarter of the movie. So at this rate we'd probably take about 3 or 4 chapters to just cover that whole flashback movie. And I'd hate for the excitement to just die out just because the history was taking too long. As for the art style, I'd say the colored pages felt really close to Kishimoto's level of work with the color style and the shading and the character designs. It just looked so close to Kishimoto's artwork, because if you guys don't know, Kishimoto's not making the actual art for this. He has other people making the art, but he's just in charge of the story. But apart from those color pages, every other page looks okay. Personally for me, I still can't get over the designs of Sasuke and Himawari's design. Himawari, in my opinion, just looks like a goddamn coconut. It's just the whole hairstyle and just the whole build. It doesn't work for me. I just can't get over that. Same with Sasuke. It looks ridiculous. But apart from that, everything else seems alright. I have really high hopes for this manga just because of these first few pages. I never expected it to start off this way. I thought it would be starting off right after the Boruto manga, it'd be like super peaceful and stuff, but it just jumps right into the middle of everything. And right now they have so much potential because they have whatever's going on in these first few pages, and then they have last week's chapter with Mitsuki's origin. Like Orochimaru is creating all these clones and stuff. If you haven't read that chapter, I recommend you go check it out. It's really good. This is technically chapter 1, now it's chapter 0, so that's all I've got for you guys. Just a quick review of the newest chapter of Boruto Naruto The Next Generation manga. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smack the like button, as always appreciated. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to see more content like this. See you guys next time.